UTRGV. Rio Grande Valley, the two valleys tipping it off a week from tonight. But tonight it's San Diego Christian, and Matt, what do you say about a team that's, they're already undermanned, and then you take away their top two leading scorers? They've really got their work cut out for them tonight.
Yeah, I think for sure the trouble and struggle for them tonight is going to be scoring the basketball. But, what you always see in sports usually is, that idea of you lose a player, someone else has to step up. So they might rotate through a lot of guys tonight. It's probably some guys that you're not used to seeing, or the stat sheet shows us they're not scorers, or we're not accustomed to see them as scorers. We'll probably see that change tonight because they're going to have to take shots that they're not used to taking, and that might be a little bit different than what the Wolverines have seen. So I think that's what we'll see from the Hawks tonight.
UVU is 49-0 against non-D1 opponents in their last 49 games. San Diego Christian, and we talked about the top two guys. It's Delonte Dunklin and Trevor English, both out. Dunklin was averaging 18.3 a game, and English 15.4. That's 33 points of scoring they're missing tonight. Their third leading scorer will start tonight, Nathan Klekas. He just averages 9 points a game, so they don't have anybody available averaging in double figures. Meanwhile, UVU got three players averaging in double figures. They're all going to start tonight. Connor Fry, Jaden Jackson, Marcel Davis. Connor Fry comes in here averaging a team high 15 points a game and 7 rebounds a game. 6'6" junior out of Bountiful. Jaden Jackson, second on the team and scoring at 12.7 a game. Also hitting 39% of his threes. He's a 6'2" senior from Salt Lake City, Utah. Marcel Davis starts at point guard. Those three guys have started all 15 games now so far for the Wolverines this season. Marcel Davis averaging 12.1 a game and a team high 4.2 assists a game. Joining Fry, Jackson, and Davis in that starting lineup, Ivory Young, a 6'3" junior from Houston, Texas, averaging 8 points a game and 2 rebounds a game. And then Andrew Bashan, playing with a partially torn meniscus, will start at center. Again, 6'9", 235-pound junior from Tustin, California, 4.2 a game, 6.5 rebounds a game, and leads the team in block shots at 2.3 a game. He's had 23 block shots already this young season. The question is, can Andrew's knee handle another 15 games? This game marks the halfway point of the season. UVU has 29 regular season games and then at least one game in the Western Athletic Conference tournament. So 15 games marks the halfway point. Tonight is game number 15. We talked about UVU coming in here on a 3-game losing streak, but quite frankly, that was probably their 3 toughest opponents they're going to see, at least on a back-to-back-to-back situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Go to what Coach Burgess talked about, where he said that the road trip, despite going 2-5, 2-3, excuse me, 2 out of 5. Despite going 2-3, that it was good for them. Sometimes you can take that angle and you can look at it that direction, even though you lost the majority of the games. You did some things that you hadn't done up to that point in the season, and hopefully the Wolverines learned a little bit more about themselves. But the Wolverines can be positive, and as Coach Burgess said, season 2 right now, or section 2 of the year starts and begins at this point.
UVU 5-9 overall. Would love to get back on the winning track tonight. They had won 3 games in a row before that skid that they ran into in Louisville. Those 3 games were started off with Weber State, Idaho State, and Texas San Antonio. 2 out of 3 were on the road. So good to be back home. We'll see if the Wolverines can pick up a W tonight. They're heavily favored in this one. They'll be wearing the white jerseys, white trunks, shooting to our right. Meanwhile, the Hawks of San Diego Christian counter in blue jerseys, blue trunks, shooting to our left. If you're watching this streaming on the WAC Digital Network, obviously those directions are reversed. Marcel Davis and the Wolverines control the opening tip. We're underway here at the UCCU Center. Connor Fry hands off to Young, gives over to Jaden Jackson. Back over to Davis. Davis at the top, no shot, gives to Jaden. He'll penetrate in the lane, scoop shot, good.
Wolverines start out with that 4-out motion where Andrew Bashan's just hovering around the free throw line, setting some screens, and eventually wore the defense down. Very easy penetration and finish for Jaden.
2-0 Wolverines. Hawks come down. They'll launch a long 3 out front. Rattles around, drops off, no good. That was Lambert missing there. Wolverines with the rebound. Davis has it. Pushes it up court quickly. They'll set up their offense. Hands off to Jackson. Comes to the top, gives over to Fry. Back into the hands of Ivory Young. Comes off a Bashan screen. Jumper top of the key, no good. Rebound bashed in, but a foul inside first against Bastion of UVU. Bastion has been plagued with fouls this season so far.
Well, in this lineup, what I look at out there is the Wolverines have a clear size advantage. He had no need to push off there underneath. That's one thing he cannot do is pick up a foul less than 1 minute into the game, especially where he has such a height and size advantage.
Still 2-0 UVU with an early lead. That's Mark Eden, all 5'6" of him, out of Ontario, California. Now the jumper outside for three. Boom, just like that. Nathan Klekus gives San Diego Christian a 1-point lead.
You know, one thing that I learned from my playing days that Coach Hunsaker used to always talk about was these guys come in here, they have nothing to lose, so they're going to play loose and free, and we've seen that in the first minute and a half here.
3-2, San Diego Christian up on top of UVU.
They don't seem to be afraid of the moment is kind of my point.
Davis has it, little floater in the lane, too hard, rebound comes down to San Diego Christian. Hawks bringing it up. Eden gives over to the left side. That's Nielsen. He takes the jumper and buries it. What's going on? It's 5-2 San Diego Christian. I'll say they're not scared. Ivory Young to Connor Fry. Connor gets it back from Bastion, gives over to Young. Hands off to Davis. We played 2 minutes. Davis drives in the lane. Another scoop shot off the glass and one. Marcel Davis will be at the free throw line following a very acrobatic and athletic move.
Yeah, the Wolverines with Andrew Bastion now coming out. You've got Darius Hamilton subbing into the game. You might see them dump the ball in a little bit more, but you know, they didn't pound that ball inside like I thought they might very early on because of the size advantage that they had. They are keeping it out around the perimeter. Nice job of setting some screens. Marcel driving there. Ivory came off a screen earlier. Jaden came off of a screen. That looks like how they're going to try and attack the lack of size from the Hawks is by driving the basketball off of, coming off of screens.
Marcel Davis's free throw ties this one up at 5 with 2 minutes 13 seconds gone, and now a driving layup back the other way. San Diego Christian's Eden scores 7-5 Hawks. Wolverines' Connor Fry has starts to drive, tried to dish off to Hamilton, too hard. Almost stolen away. Ivory Young's got it for UVU, gives off to Jaden Jackson. Jumper no good. Connor Fry fights for the rebound, pulls it down for UVU. Baseline jumper airballed it, and the Hawks pull it down for San Diego Christian. Mark Eden works it up top, gives over to Klekus. He'll drive in, shot no good. Connor Fry pulls it down for UVU. Wolverines on the run. Fry takes it down the middle of the floor, stops at the top. He'll give it over to left side to Davis. He'll set up the Wolverine offense. Now he'll penetrate, stripped away as he went towards the hole. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll belong to UVU. "17 minutes left here, first half. 7-5 San Diego Christian out on top of UVU, and a whistle on the inbounds play, and a foul's going to be called against Connor Fry of UVU.
Yeah, I was looking elsewhere, but I don't know if Connor was the screener or if he was getting screened, but I think they definitely called the foul on Connor. He might have been the guy setting the screen and got called for a moving pick.
San Diego Christian with a surprising 2-point lead. I mean, they've played, as you pointed out, some fairly tough Division I teams, played Pepperdine and some other folks. I mean, yeah, they did lose all 5 of those games, but they played San Diego State to within 10 points, final score. But here's a jumper outside for 3, and just like that, Mark Eden gives them a 10-5 lead.
Coach Burgess mentioned Mark Eden in the pregame, talking about how he's kind of the guy that initiates it. He's a spark out there.
Wolverines need to get something going here. This is not indicative of how they're capable of playing. Darius Hamilton, turnaround jumper off the glass is too hard, no good. Ball goes off Connor Fry out of bounds. So it'll belong to the Hawks, who lead UVU 10-5.
The tempo for both teams is, I think, about where both want to play it. San Diego Christian looks very comfortable with how the speed of the Wolverines and their offense and the tempo that they're playing at. Very similar teams as far as pace and pace of play.
San Diego Christian has hit 4 of their last 5 jumpers. They missed that one, though. UVU's just 1 of their last 6. UVU with the rebound. Marcel Davis takes it in. Contact in the lane. Shot was no good. Foul's going to get called against the Hawks of San Diego Christian. That'll bring us to our first timeout. That call going against Shane Travers, his first and the team's second. We'll take our first media timeout. 15:58 to play here, first half. You're watching and listening to UVU basketball on the Wolverine Sports Network. Back at the UCCU Center, UVU trailing San Diego Christian 10-5. Yeah, it's still early. We've played just over 4 minutes. Matt, what in the world's going on?
I don't know. San Diego Christian looks like, they look like, they came to play, Jim. I mean, you wouldn't expect that the team that's come out so far, and granted it's early and, we can't make, obviously not going to look at the final predictions based on 4 minutes of play, but, again, when they know that their two leading scorers are out and are gone, they know that they have to play differently and they have to play better if they're going to win the basketball game. And, I think they've come out so far and have done that. The Wolverines maybe just a little bit stunned so far, but they'll settle into the game.
Marcel Davis misses the free throw, his first. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, that's kind of what my assessment of the game has been so far. Marcel makes the second one here, but
10-6, UVU down to San Diego Christian, an NAIA school here in the early going of this contest. 15:45 to play, first half. San Diego Christian with the basketball to our left. Nielsen's got it on the left wing, working against Connor Fry. Gives back up top, 10 seconds on the shot clock. They'll work it over to Travers. He's on the right side, 5 seconds to shoot, trying to come off. Finally puts up the jumper and buries a long two.
And you know what they are too, Jim, is they're a jump shooting team. They have got not one play where they've dumped the ball inside back to the basket as a post play. So they're a jump shooting team. They're going to be out on the perimeter.
Ivory Young with it for UVU. Crashed into Mark Eden. Contact, and one of them's going to get called for the foul. It's going to be Eden of San Diego Christian. 15:15 to play first half. UVU down 12-6 to San Diego Christian, who is shooting 63% right now. They put up 8 shots and hit 5 of them. UVU's just 2 of 7 from the floor. Spunky little team, I'm telling you. Inbounds play comes into Connor Fry for Utah Valley. They'll work it over to Jackson, hands off to Davis. Jumper at the top, no good. Tipped up, and the Hawks control. San Diego Christian on the run, far side. They'll whip a pass over to the corner, back up top now to Klekus. Klekus starts to drive in, and a whistle. A foul's going to get called against UVU. That's Connor Fry, second foul.
Yeah, that's a big foul because he's going to be coming out, I would assume.
Connor Fry, team's leading scorer on the season, leading rebounder on the season, on the bench with 2 fouls, and we still got just under 15 minutes to play here, first half. Dayon Goodman replaced him. Inbounds play, long jumper. Travers, good. 14-6. Their biggest lead is 8 points. San Diego Christian. UVU did lead. It was 2-0. UVU just not in sync tonight so far. Ivory Young with it. Goes over to Davis. He'll jump a 3 outside. Front rim, no good. Rebound, Hawks.
Wolverines getting no opportunities for second chance points either.
Travers gives off the long jumper up top. Klekus missed that one. Rebound comes down to UVU. Ivory Young has got it. Gives over to Goodman. Jaden Jackson. Now Marcel Davis inside. Darius Hamilton. Backing in, turnaround jump. Good.
I think they listened to that guy behind us yelling, "Let's get something inside, Jim. We got a height advantage." So they dumped the ball into Darius. Really easy basket.
Everybody's a coach. 14 minutes left, first half. It's 14-8. UVU just 2 of their last 9 shots. San Diego Christian playing pretty well here out of the gate on the road. Of course, most of their games have been on the road this season. Shot blocked. UVU's got it. They're on the run. Davis has it. He'll take it in all the way, draw contact. He'll shoot a couple. Fouled on his way up by Klenkwamdi. G. Klenkwamdi. Nope, they're going to say Klekus instead. Never mind. I just wanted to say Klenkwamdi.
You got it.
Free throw, Davis, good. 14-9. UVU down by 5. Ivory Young out. Darius Hamilton out. Corey Cardwell in. Bastion back in for UVU. A lot of players for UVU were hoping to get a lot of minutes off the bench in this game. That's what happens when you play an NAI team, but my goodness, not when you're trailing 14-10 now. As Davis hit both free throws. He's got 6 points. Leading scorer for UVU. Hamilton's got 2 and Jackson's got the other 2. Meanwhile, Travers with 4, Eden with 5, Klekus with 3, 2 for Nielsen. It's 14-10, San Diego Christian. 13:40 to play, first half. Nielsen has it. He'll go over to the right corner.
That's a foul. Hayden Skank, hand on.
Klenkwamdi started to drive. Instead, Skank picks up the foul. Jackson, Skank, Cardwell, Goodman, and Bastion on the floor right now for Utah Valley. Inbounds play comes into Nielsen for San Diego Christian. Give it back over to Klenkwamdi. Now left side to Travers. Inside, working hard. Inside is Richardson, and he got fouled.
Foul number 2 on Bastion.
Got Bastion up off his feet and sort of ducked underneath him. Bastion came down on top of it. Alex Carr comes in. Bastion comes out. Coach Pope's running out of guys inside. Connor Fry's on the bench with 2. Bastion's on the bench with 2.
Yeah, we might see the matchup, small lineup versus small lineup here.
Inbounds play, jumper from the side, missed by Daniel Nielsen. Ball hit the side of the backboard and went up, and I probably touched the shot clock, which is considered out of bounds. So it'll belong to UVU. Alex Carr gives over to Skank now. Left side, Cardwell. He'll launch a 3. Bottom. 7 straight points for UVU. They draw to within 1. It's 14-13. Corey Cardwell on the season, a really good three-point shooter, 71%. He just hasn't, it just hasn't taken that many. Yeah, 5 out of 7. Make it 6 out of 8 now. Under 13 to play. Here's another 3 from Nielsen. San Diego Christian, he buries it.
I was just thinking to myself that the Wolverine defense had really tightened up, but they lost Nielsen there. He drained a long 3.
Skank trying to drive hard against Klenkwamdi. Klenkwamdi being called for the foul. 12:39 to play first half. Going to be the team's 5th foul against San Diego Christian. Both teams have been whistled for 5. (17-13). San Diego Christian on top of UVU. Baseline drive on the inbounds play. Jaden Jackson scoring easily.
Pretty good screens there. I think Jaden actually set the first screen, and then he himself, his man guarding him, was screened left wide open on the baseline, and a nice finish.
He's got 4 points. Good assist from Skank. UVU down by 2. UVU comes up with a turnover. Deion Goodman bringing it up court himself. He turns it over. Now Travers will take it in, lay it up and in. Teams traded turnovers, and UVU lost 2 points because of it. 19-15. UVU down by 4. Carr with it, gives over to Cardwell, up top to Skank. Under 12 to play first half. Out to long 3-pointer, no good from Jaden Jackson. Rebound comes down to the Hawks. UVU had hit their last 3 shots before that miss. Wilder now working for San Diego Christian. Gives over to Klenkwamdi. Tried to feed it inside, went flying out of bounds, turnover. So when we get back from this media timeout, it will belong to Utah Valley. Utah Valley trailing San Diego Christian 19-15. We'll take a break. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Utah Valley University basketball right here on ESPN 960. UVU shooting just 38% right now. Meanwhile, San Diego Christian lighting it up pretty well, shooting 57%. A reminder, fans, Adidas, the official outfitter of UVU Athletics. You can check out Adidas apparel at adidas.com. Well, not much you can do when the other team shooting 57%,
yeah.
Matt.
And we've seen that from the Wolverines this year. When they shoot well, obviously that they play well. And when their opponents shoot well, the Wolverines struggle a little bit. It might be just as simple as that so far in this game, is that San Diego Christian has just shot the ball so well. And San Diego Christian only has 4 points in the paint, and they haven't even attempted a free throw. So it has been a jump shooting game for the Hawks so far.
Utah Valley basketball. Cardwell's got it. He'll put up a long two. Back rim too hard. Rebound comes down to the Hawks of San Diego Christian. UVU now just 5 of 14 shooting. They were ice cold on Monday at St. Mary's in the first half.
Going to get an illegal screen here by Josh Richardson out on the perimeter.
His first foul, team's 6th. In that game Monday night, Matt, you weren't there, but UVU hit 6 out of 30 shots in the first half. Just had 17 points at halftime. It was not a good first half for UVU, and so far tonight, not looking real good either. 19-15, they're down, and UVU turns it over again.
Yeah, and a turnover like that, a wild pass from Corey had Dayon wide open inside, just not able to come down with the ball. Those are the mistakes that you hate to see. And they've just been flat. The Wolverines have just not been crisp. They've been flat so far tonight.
4 turnovers for each of these two teams. San Diego Christian with a 4-point lead. Just under 11 minutes to play first half. San Diego Christian with the basketball. Wilder's got it. They'll cycle it over to the right side. That's Klekus. He'll take a long jumper for 3. No good. Rebound. San Diego Christian had it momentarily. Skank and Jade Jackson were trying to wrestle it away from him, and Jade Jackson's going to get called for the foul. For Jackson, that'll be his first and the team's 6th. So we're just another couple of whistles away from starting to shoot a whole bunch of free throws. Marcel Davis in, Corey Cardwell out for Utah Valley.
And that was the first offensive rebound for the Hawks tonight. They haven't got many second chance opportunities off of those offensive boards.
Klekus drives baseline, misses the layup. UVU comes away with it. Skank on the run, gives over to Goodman. He'll go in the lane, dishes out to Davis. 10.5 minutes to play first half. UVU down by 4. They haven't led since it was 2-0. Davis with it. He's at the top. Looking inside, now tries to penetrate, kicks it back outside. Skank's got it, gives over to Alex Carr. He's in deep in the right corner. Kicks it back up top, 6 seconds to shoot. Davis has it, he'll feed inside to Goodman, off the glass, missed a layup. Rebound comes down to the Hawks of San Diego Christian. Working over to the right side, Nielsen comes back outside. Marcel Davis goes for the steal, slaps the ball out of bounds. It'll belong to San Diego Christian. 10 minutes even to play here in the first half. Darius Hamilton back in for Utah Valley. So now it's Hamilton, Skank, Goodman, Jackson, and Davis. So UVU's got a little bit of height in there. They really are dominating when compared to San Diego Christian, but Christian's been shooting lights out from outside. Here's another 3 from the corner. Missed that one. Weak side rebound, Dayon Goodman of UVU. Outlet pass, Marcel Davis. He'll take it all the way, lay it up and in. UVU to within 2, 19-17. San Diego Christian just 2 of their last 8 shots now. 9:35 to play first half. Nielsen has it. Gives it back over up top to Klekus. Hands back over to Travers. Left side it goes to Lambert. To the corner. Now baseline drive. Nielsen layup from left to right is good.
Yeah, Nielsen knocking down some of those long threes forces the closeout from Marcel. Nielsen, we hadn't seen that drive from him. Yeah, that time a very quick baseline move drive. Nice left hand finish at the rim.
21-17, 21-19 now as Darius Hamilton scores inside.
I mean, if you've got him in the game, I know you're trying to do other things on offense, but there's no size inside for the Hawks. Look for the Wolverines to keep pounding that ball inside.
Nielsen misses the jumper. UVU with the rebound and the basketball. Skank for 3 for UVU, misses it. Rebound comes down to Marcel Davis. Back up off the glass, good. We're tied at 21. Just the second time this game has been tied. Last time it was tied, it was 5-5. UVU has only led once. I've said it a couple times. It was 2-0. 8:25 to play. Here's an NBA three from Nielsen outside. Buries that one.
See, so you see him knock down a long three. The last possession he drives. Now you play a little bit off of him for the drive, and he knocks down a shot 6 feet beyond the three.
He's only hit 4 3-pointers coming in here before tonight, and he's already got 2 here in the early going. UVU turns it over again. Trying to work it inside, couldn't do it. Carr in, Young in, Goodman out, Skank out for UVU. 8:09 to play. UVU down by 3, 24-21 first half.
You just pointed out he only made 4 coming into the game.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
The whole season out of 17 games, he's hit 4 3-pointers.
I couldn't believe that when you just said that. I had to check the stat sheet. I don't understand how he's only made 4 threes coming into the game tonight.
My goodness. Well, he's got the ball in his hands again up top. Ivory Young's all over him. I think Coach Pope probably told Ivory, get in there and put a blanket on this kid.
Here comes another one.
Nielsen's got it. Long 2 this time. Left side. Good. Oh, my goodness. Daniel Nielsen, a senior guard, 180 pounds from Grandview, Washington, averages 3.5 points a game. He's got 12 here in the first half. Still got 7:25 to play in the first half. Darius Hamilton has it for UVU. Wolverines of Utah Valley down by 5 to San Diego Christian, an NAIA school. Hamilton scoop shot inside. No. Got his own rebound. Put it back up and in.
Yeah, again, pounding the ball inside. And it doesn't just have to be from Darius. You know, they could post up other players inside, just give themselves shots at the rim. San Diego Christian is yet to show that they can stop any type of offense inside.
Ivory Young steps in front of a bounce pass, steals it away. Ball slapped out of bounds by the Hawks of San Diego Christian. It'll belong to UVU when we get back from this break. San Diego Christian looking pretty darn good here at the UCCU Center. Surprising Utah Valley right now, 26-23, 7 minutes left first half. We'll take a break. Coming back in 60 seconds here on the Wolverine Sports Network. You know, I'm calling up San Diego Christian's website, seeing if I can find the career high for Nielsen. They don't list those career highs as far as I can find yet, but as a senior, he's only averaging 3.5 points a game coming in here. And boy, he's just lighting it up for San Diego Christian tonight. Already got 12. And you mentioned it earlier, Matt. Sometimes when a team's leading scorer, in this case 2 leading scorers, both out, other people feel like, okay, I got to step it up, and they do.
Well, and you think, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I heard this in my playing days when we played, you know, opponents that were not NAIA school and, you know, certainly not knocking those schools in any way. But these guys come in here, and what do they have to lose? Absolutely nothing. You know, they're playing loose. They're playing free because they've got everything to gain in this situation.
Hamilton drives in strong, misses the shot from about 2 or 3 feet. Rebound comes down to San Diego Christian.
And to that point, you know, players are so loose that you know, hey, the message from the coach is probably going to be, we don't have our guys tonight. Who's going to step up? Who's going to make plays that we're not used to seeing?
UVU comes up with a turnover. Marcel Davis stepped in front of a pass, saved it from going out of bounds. UVU has it. They tried to whip a pass over to Skank. It was slapped last by the Hawks of San Diego Christian, so it'll belong to Utah Valley here at midcourt. 24 seconds on the shot clock. 6:27 on the first half of game clock. UVU down by 3 to San Diego Christian. Marcel Davis with the basketball. He's got 10 points tonight. Only player for UVU in double figures or even close to it. Jumper outside, Jaden Jackson, long 2. Oh, they'll give him a 3, bottom.
And that was, they're going to review that. That was a 2. That will be taken back to a 2-point basket.
And one official said it was a 2. The other one held up both hands, to say it was a 3. Shot the other way from the Hawks, no good. So, yeah, you just heard the official run by, say, hey, next dead ball we'll take a, this is a dead ball, but next chance he's got, they'll look at it. So right now the score is 26-26, although we think it's going to be 1 point less. Inside feed, Darius Hamilton, easy 2. Nice feed from Ivory Young.
Yeah, Wolverines really pounding the ball inside now. I believe that's going to give them 18 points in the paint, so they're really asserting themselves inside.
San Diego Christian with it. Travers driving in, shot off the glass, bounces around, drops through good. We're tied at 28. 5.5 minutes to play. Ivory Young throws it away. Tried to hit Jaden Jackson on the run inside. Instead threw it right to Shane Travers. And UVU comes up with a turnover. They're coming back the other way. Jaden Jackson's got it. He'll take it to the hole. Layup, no. Fouled. He'll shoot a couple. He was fouled by Nathan Klekus. It'll be Klekus's second foul, team's 7th. Jaden Jackson at the free throw line, first time tonight. Marcel Davis has been to the stripe 5 times and made 4. He's the only Wolverine before Jaden's attempts from the stripe tonight. First one's good. UVU back out in front, 29-28. Although once they review it, I'm not so sure that score will stand, but they review the 3. Jaden Jackson with 8 points now. Second free throw also good. UVU with their first lead since it was, well, they did lead momentarily, 28-26. Before that it was 2-0. 5:15 to play, first half. San Diego Christian working it inside. Little turnaround jump, no good from Richardson. Rebound comes down to Utah Valley. Well, ice cold shooting now all of a sudden, and an offensive foul going to be called against Utah Valley.
Yeah, Deion Goodman with a moving screen. He set a screen up top for Marcel to come off of, but he rolled to the basket before the defender had a chance to move, and just kind of plowed him down with him, and gets called for the foul.
His first, team's 7th. Under 5 to play, first half. Utah Valley leading by 2 over San Diego Christian, and a whistle. What in the world are they calling now against San Diego Christian? Oh, a player went out of bounds and came back in.
Yeah, he went out of bounds. The official said he was the first person to touch it.
Yeah,
so
it's
if you
one
go,
of those new rule changes.
Okay, good.
If you deliberately run out of bounds, if you're pushed out of bounds, it doesn't count.
Thing. Okay.
But if you're running from one side of the baseline to the other, and you deliberately go out of bounds and you come back in and you touch the ball, it goes as a turnover. Here's a 3 from Skank, nothing but the bottom of the net. UVU 33, San Diego Christian 28. 4.5 minutes left, first half. Travers holding the ball on the right wing. Comes up top to Lambert. Starts to drive, does try to penetrate, and he travels. Started to go right and back to the left. That indecision cost him a couple of steps. 9th turnover for San Diego Christian.
And the Wolverine defense has really compressed the game, I think, because they're not allowing San Diego Christian any type of dribble penetration. They've really shut down, and you're going to get another. I don't know how many times we see this play, Jim. Another illegal pick, this time on Hayden Skank. That's on that side of the court. That's at least the 6th time I've seen it in the Wolverine home games. It's just a simple dribble handoff, and Hayden just ran into Nielsen after he handed the basketball off and gets called for the foul.
His second, team's 8th. Coming up on 4 minutes left here in the first half, Utah Valley.
Offensive foul on San Diego Christian. Sorry to cut you off there.
It's like every possession is a foul now away from the ball.
And they're all similar plays. They're moving screens or trying to get get teammates open. That time it was 23, Josh Richardson. Very similar to the play that we saw Deion Goodman get called for the foul. He's setting almost a down screen or a cross screen, a down screen at the top, and the player comes off and he just kind of rolls and pushed Hayden Skank off of him.
Second foul against Richardson. Team's eighth. Both teams have whistled for 8. Here's a 3. Jaden Jackson, back rim too hard. Rebound, Hawks of San Diego Christian. Under 4 to play first half. UVU with a 33-28 lead. Lambert with the ball in his hands, works between the circles, goes left side. Now put it into Mark Heden's hands. Eden trying to come off a screen. Gives back over to Travers. Back up top. They'll cycle it to the right side now to Nielsen, who's got the hot 12 points. Instead, he feeds inside to Lambert. Turnaround shot partially blocked, I think. No foul. UVU comes away with it. Skank's got it. He'll drive into the lane. Trying to stay with Skank is Michael Angulo. Michael will get called for that foul. That'll bring us to our final media timeout of this first half. 3:21 left, first half. Utah Valley leading San Diego Christian 33-28. Back in 60 here on ESPN 960.
Angelo was going to actually, not roll and space out to the three-point line, but roll to the rim, and he passed that ball if it was going to be a roll to the rim, and Angelo spaced it out and turnover called.
1:15 left, first half. UVU with the basketball and a 6-point lead. Marcel Davis takes it in, layup good. Found the seam, took advantage. 39-31, Davis now with 12 points. 1 minute left, first half. UC Davis, San Diego Christian with it, jumper left side. The colors are the same, okay? I had a flashback.
That's your excuse, huh?
I'm an old geezer, all right? I had a flashback. Davis gives over to Goodman and gets it back, and Goodman trying to set a screen and just clobbers Mark Eden. Mark Eden, 5'6", ran into big old tall Deion Goodman, and Goodman picks up the foul. Timeout on the floor. We'll stay here. 47.3 seconds left. 5 turnovers for San Diego Christian, Matt, in the last 5 minutes of this first half.
Yep.
11 total here in the first half. UVU, though, with 9 of their own.
Yeah, let's see how the Wolverines, if they've been able to convert that. I don't know if we have. Yeah, Wolverines with 9 points off of turnovers. The Hawks with 7. So neither team doing a good job of converting those turnovers into points. But what's become a little concerning to me, Jim, is some of the mental mistakes that I see piling up for the Wolverines. Passes that are not on time, that are maybe a little bit late. All these offensive fouls that are being called, those are mistakes that should not be happening. You should be in better position, and Wolverines getting caught off guard with those silly fouls, and here comes another one. Alex Carr trying to make his way around Shane Travers, just holding the ball at the three-point line. That's not a foul that you need to be committing, and these mistakes are just piling up for UVU.
Alex Carr being called for his first, UVU's 10th team foul. So that'll put Travers at the free throw line. He makes the first. 39-32, UVU's lead is 7. Before that free throw, it was before the last basket, it was a 9-point lead. Misses the second.
There you go, Jim. Another offensive rebound. You're going to get Travers with a traveling call. But the Wolverines lacking concentration right there on the offensive rebound.
Yeah, it's rare to see a team shooting the free throw get the rebound. UVU basketball, though, with 32 seconds to play first half. Shot clock at 23. So they can't go for the last second shot. Jaden Jackson with it, gives over to Carr. He's on the left wing.
And the Hawks here, Jim, have gone into a 2-3 zone, no longer man-to-man.
Jackson to the corner, 10 seconds to shoot. Davis has it, gives over to Jackson. Fake the 3, he'll take a long 2 instead. Good. 41-32. 8 seconds left. San Diego Christian with it here in the first half. Eden working, trying to drive in, and a foul going to get called against UVU. That one's going to go against Ivory Young. That'll put Mark Eden at the free throw line for San Diego Christian. Before those Travers free throws, well, actually those 2 Travers free throws.
The only ones, right?
Yeah, the only ones of the first half. So they went 19 minutes of this first half without shooting a free throw, did San Diego Christian. First one is good from Eden, who has 6 points now. Second one on its way. This one no good. Rebound comes down to UVU. See what they can do with 3 seconds left. Across the court, Marcel Davis, long jumper, off the glass, off the rim, no good. That's how we'll send the teams to the locker room. UVU with a 8-point lead, 41-33. This match is, well, they did lead by 9, but San Diego Christian led by 8. Before we throw it to halftime, quick analysis from you. What happened?
I don't think the Wolverines were expecting a fight, but I think they responded well. San Diego Christian came out hot. They built that lead. The Wolverines fought back. They fought through foul trouble. They fought through turnovers. But we have ourselves a game, Jim. 8 points at halftime. The Wolverines have a lot of things to talk about at halftime.
41-33 the score. Utah Valley on top of San Diego Christian. We'll step aside. Halftime show coming up next here on the Wolverines Sports Network. If you'll take 13 minutes, Jeremy, that'd be great from right now. Thank you. We're at the UCCU Center. I'm Jim McCullough along with Matt Peterson. San Diego Christian, Matt, is giving fits here in the first half.
Yeah.
As we get ready to start the second half, UVU with just an 8-point lead in a game that everybody thought UVU would, win this one by 20, 30 points. I think they're going to be happy to get out here with a W.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been, I think, probably caught the Wolverines a little bit off guard. The energy, to me, seemed a little bit low. The emotion has seemed to be a little bit low. And, I've been there as a player in these games, as I've mentioned, and it's, you almost just think you're going to walk into the gym and win this type of game. Maybe not fully give your opponent the credit that they deserve in your preparation and in just your mental state before the game. And I just don't think there's been any energy in the building. I mean, you tell me your thoughts, but it felt a little flat from the beginning.
Yeah.
The crowd has not really been into it. It's been pretty flat environment to play basketball in so far. So let's see if the Wolverines can turn it around. And it's really been two guys from San Diego Christian. Daniel Nielsen with 12 points. And, putting all of this into perspective, we've talked about how the Hawks are losing their two main scorers. Daniel Nielsen, 12 points in the first half. He averages 3.5 a game.
Yeah.
And then you have Shane Travers, who averages 3.8 points per game coming into this one, with 9 points. And you have Mark Eden, who averages 5.5, who's got 6 points. He's done more of like initiation of the offense and whatnot. So, those are the guys they've got to focus on. I think Marcel's done some really nice things. Just looking at the leading scorers, Marcel with 12, Jaden with 10, Darius with 8, and Hayden Skank with 8. So those guys have carried the load for the Wolverines. But I think the Wolverines need to shore up their mental game, and what I mean by that is, not giving up or allowing easy offensive rebounds on free throws like we saw at one point. They've got 9 turnovers and 8 assists. They've got to stop turning that basketball over and, crisper passes and stay out of foul trouble. There is no reason that the Wolverines should be in foul trouble in this game with the size that
they've got. Ivory Young steals the inbounds pass on the starting the second half. Tried to lay it up, missed it, got his own rebound, put it back in.
Sorry, Jim, I stopped. Didn't know whether to say something or let you go with it. But nice steal from Ivory there.
His first 2 points.
That's the type of mental play, a simple lazy pass on the inbounds, and Ivory comes away with the ball.
Mark Eden's got it, twisting, turning, driving in the lane, kicks it back outside. They'll go to the corner now, put it in the hands of Travers. Outside for 3 from Klekus, good.
I was looking at Klekus' statistics because he's the second leading scorer. He averages 9 points. He was relatively quiet there in the first half with only 3 points, so he gets off to a good start here.
43-36, UVU up by 7, driving inside for 2.
And Marcel Davis with the shot there.
45-36, Davis with 14 points, team high, game high honors for Marcel right now. Here's a long 2 right side, good. This one from Lambert. San Diego Christian comes out of the second half, starting just like they did the first half where they were just red hot. They led in that first half at one point 14-6. That was their biggest lead at 8 points. Marcel Davis finds a crease, slices through it, lays it up and in.
Yeah, Marcel's carving up the defense. Lazy pass there ahead. Another steal from Ivory Young.
Ahead to Jaden Jackson. He'll take the jumper, the free throw line, missed it, got his own rebound, back up and in. UVU with their biggest lead, it's 11. 49-38 the score, 18.5 to play. A couple of quick turnovers from San Diego Christian. UVU starting 5 of the game start the second half. Davis, Jackson, Fry, Young, and Bastion. And UVU comes up with another turnover. Connor Fry pushing it up court. 2-on-2 over to Jackson, a little too hard. Jackson recovers, turnaround jumper, bounces off, no good. Rebound comes down to San Diego Christian's Klekus. Mark Eden will walk it across.
Coach Mendez yelling stop right there. He's definitely not happy with how his team has come out. A couple turnovers for them, leading to some easy opportunities for UVU in transition.
Klekus goes over to the corner. Here's a long 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Bastion of UVU. Hands over to Davis. He'll bring it up court. 17.5 minutes to play in this one. UVU with an 11-point lead right now, 49-38. Ivory Young's got it. Kicks over to Connor Fry. Nothing but the bottom on the 3. 52-38, Connor Fry's first points of the night. Ivory Young, Connor Fry, and Andrew Bastion all scoreless in the first half. A couple of them were on the bench most of the first half. Fry and Bastion with 2 fouls each. Inside, San Diego Christian had it slapped away, goes out of bounds. It will still belong to San Diego Christian. Skank comes in, Bastion comes out for UVU. Richardson in for San Diego Christian. And Klekus takes a seat. 17:06 to play. 52-38. Utah Valley up on top. Inside play, easy floater for 2 from Lambert. 52-40, UVU by 12. Davis across the stripe, hands over to Jackson. Comes to the top, stops, gives over to Skank. Dribbles once, hands off to Ivory Young, back to Jackson. Starts to penetrate, drives to the hole, lays it up and in.
Wolverines have killed the Hawks tonight with penetrations from the perimeter. Just way too easy if you're a Hawks defender to allow that to happen.
Jackson with 14. UVU leads by 14. 16:30 to play. Hawks on the baseline. Richardson, turnaround off the glass, good.
Wow, really nice move there from Richardson. Took his time, saw that he had a smaller defendant on him in Jaden, and nice hook shot, turnaround shot over his left shoulder.
First 2 for Josh Richardson. Skank drives to the hole. Shot was blocked, but I think he was fouled before he got the shot off. That one's going to go against Lambert of San Diego Christian. Lambert picks up his first, team's first of this half.
They are going to give him 2 shots.
So Hayden Skank will be at the free throw line where he's a perfect 2 of 2 tonight. UVU as a whole, 8 of 9. Meanwhile, San Diego Christian hasn't been there that much, just 2 of 4. First free throw good from Skank. 55-42. Second free throw from Skank also good. UVU has matched their biggest lead at 14 points at 56-42. 16:10 to play. Last non-conference game of the season for Utah Valley. Jaden Jackson steps in front of a pass, slaps it to the other side of the court, but the ball goes out of bounds. So it will belong to the Hawks, and they're going to reset that shot clock at a fresh 30 for San Diego Christian. San Diego Christian, not a large institution, 500 students at school.
Compare that to what UVU has, that's pretty amazing.
33,200 and change last semester. Richardson backs in for San Diego Christian. Turnaround jump hook won't go. Rebound comes down to Connor Fry of Utah Valley. Over to Davis. Davis dishes back to the trailing Skank. He'll drive in, slapped away from him, out of bounds. It'll be UVU basketball underneath their glass when we get back. 15:38 to play. Utah Valley on top of San Diego Christian, 56-42. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to ESPN 960.
Thank you, Dustin. What a wonderful description. Yes, we are here with the Origin fans.
the boards too, Matt. A 22-16 advantage.
Yeah. Well, and you look at the stats and you see, well, if you were at the game and you see the film, you see that the Hawks are small.
Yep.
And the Wolverines, 28 points in the paint compared to 10 for the Hawks. 8 second chance points for the UVU. They've just given themselves multiple opportunities and are really taking advantage inside.
Connor Fry nails the jumper on the inbounds play from deep in the right corner. It was a long two. It's 58-42, 16-point lead for Utah Valley, their largest of this game. 15:25 to play. UVU led at halftime by 8, 41-33. San Diego Christian trying to work it inside. That's Travers, goes up with it and one.
Yeah, that was a really aggressive post up from Travers.
Ivory Young getting called for the foul. It'll be his second, team's first of this half. He'll take a seat, replaced by Corey Cardwell in that UVU lineup.
Yeah, I think Ivory allowed himself to get posted up too easily inside. Just a very aggressive cut from Travers inside.
Travers' free throw is good. He's got 12 points now.
And you see some extended pressure here, Jim. Looks like the Hawks are falling into a 2-2-1 press, long three-pointer from the corner.
Jaden Jackson misses, but it back up and in and one for Connor Fry. Connor Fry held scoreless in the first half and spent most of the time on the bench with the 2 fouls. And you got to figure he's been just chomping at the bit, get back in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you hurt him where you can in a press because the Hawks were extended there, and it was a very nice diagonal pass into the corner. They had no chance to get back, get their defense set. You get a long three from the corner equals a long rebound. Connor went up and snagged it and put it back in. So we'll have to see how San Diego Christian handles, or if they continue to do that pressure, and how UVU handles it, because they ate it up right there.
Free throw is good. Darius Hamilton replaces Connor Fry in the lineup for UVU. Just under 15 minutes to play here. Utah Valley with a 61-45 lead. San Diego Christian with the basketball, shooting to our right. Lambert's got it, guarded by Skank. Up top, here comes a three from Richardson. Missed it. Rebound comes down to Marcel Davis of UVU. Wolverines will push it ahead hard. Gives over to right side to Cardwell for three. Missed it. Rebound, San Diego Christian. Rebound, Travers. He's starting to back in on the right side against Skank. Goes back over to Richardson. Hands off to Nielsen, who's been very quiet. He had 12 points in the first 7.5 minutes, or first 12.5 minutes of this game. Has been scoreless since. But a foul this time is going to go against Corey Cardwell, trying to stay with his man. 14:19 to play. Clock stop. Connor Fry in. Jaden Jackson out.
I haven't seen much of the action that the Hawks are running right now. They're trying to post up. They posted up Travers. They've posted Josh Richardson. That time they were posting up inside. Offensive foul going to be called here. But they were posting up Michael Lambert inside, so they've tried to get some easy baskets, but an offensive foul there on Michael Angulo.
His first foul. His second and team's third. 61-45 the score. Utah Valley on top of San Diego Christian with 14:05 to play.
Yeah, I wonder when we might see this defense from the Hawks again, 2-3 zone.
Dish off to Darius Hamilton. He went up. I think he was hoping to slam that one down, but he was fouled on the way up by Angulo. So that'll be 3 fouls on Angulo. Maybe I've been pronouncing his name wrong. We'll go with the PA announcer.
Yeah,
It's going to put Darius Hamilton at the free throw line. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Got a loose ball coming down from the stands on the court. I was going to mention, we haven't talked in my mind enough about Marcel. He's scoring the basketball, but 16 points, but he is really pushing the action offensively. And that time he gets the dish off to Darius. But Marcel is doing a fantastic job of finding the open spaces, and if it's an open space to the basket, he's taken it. I've seen him take a couple of jump shots, but that time he dishes the ball off. Marcel's doing a really nice job of, when the ball is mainly in his hands as it is, being the point guard, he's creating the offense and doing a nice job of getting to the rim.
Darius Hamilton misses both free throws. Not happy with himself. He's been a pretty good free throw shooter this season. Just under 14 minutes to play. San Diego Christian trailing Utah Valley 61-45. San Diego Christian with the rebound on the missed free throw. They've got it working to our right with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Slapped away, diving on the floor. Hayden Skank grabs the ball. He's tied up along with Klekus. Possession arrow will go to Utah Valley.
Really nice hustle from Hayden, diving, going parallel to the floor there.
Hayden Skank has been a very impressive player for Utah Valley this year. Skank, just a redshirt freshman from Eden, Utah. Got back from his mission in Idaho not too long ago. Davis gives over to Skank. Comes to the top. No shot. Gives over to Cardwell, but a whistle away from the basketball. Going to be called against Eden, I believe. Mark Eden. 5th team foul for Eden. It's going to be his 3rd. So now Angulo and Eden both with 3 fouls each for San Diego Christian. Inbounds play comes into Davis. They'll cycle it over to the corner. Now Connor Fry gives over to Davis back on the right side. Davis drives to the baseline, cut off there. Gives to Hamilton, starts to drive, slapped away, ball on the floor, picked up. UVU's got it. Davis, long jumper, no good. Connor Fry missed the follow slam. Davis got that rebound, stripped away on his way up. Here comes San Diego Christian back the other way. Eden's got it, takes it in, scoop shot, missed it. Rebound comes down to UVU. Skank pulled that one down. Under 13 to play, lead pass. Cardwell takes it to the baseline, kicks back up top. Hamilton in the lane, shot, no good. He'll shoot 2 though, as he was fouled on the shot. That one's going to get called against Josh Richardson of San Diego Christian. It's going to be his 3rd. So now San Diego Christian's got 3 players, 3 of their better players with 3 fouls each. Darius Hamilton back at the free throw line. Missed his first 2. He's got 8 points tonight. First one on its way, front iron no good. Senior from San Antonio, Texas, having a little tough time from the free throw line tonight. Before tonight, Darius was 14 of 18 from the stripe. Taking his time in the second one.
The reverse Jim Jinx. Here we go. And it works.
There you go. Hamilton buries the second one. 62-45. Utah Valley up on top of San Diego Christian. 12:42 to play. Travers with it for the Hawks. Comes up top. Gives over to Richardson. To the right side, jumper from Angulo. Missed it. Rebound, Marcel Davis of Utah Valley. He pushes up court quickly. Top of the key, stops, looks for help, gives over to Connor Fry. He'll jump a 3. In and out. Rebound comes down. San Diego Christian. Connor Fry just 3 of 6 shooting tonight. Does have 8 points, all 8 here in the second half. 12:12 to play. UVU leads 62-45.
Earlier in the game, Jim, sorry, a quick point about pace. The Hawks, as you get a steal here from Marcel, the Hawks really slowed down their pace of play lately.
Marcel gives over to Jackson, over to Connor Fry, thought about a 3, pulls it back down. They'll work it inside Darius Hamilton, twisting to the left and now to the right, knocked out of bounds. He's fouled. When we get back from this media timeout, he'll be, I don't know if they'll give him 2 shots or not. 11:48 to play. Utah Valley leading San Diego Christian 62-45. Back in 60 seconds.
had the official describe it as a hold, which is really unusual when you get a post player on offense being called for a hold, but nevertheless a foul in the Wolverines' favor.
Marcel Davis gives over to Corey Cardwell, corner, gets it back. 15-second shot clock, 11:20 game clock. UVU leading 63-45. Davis goes over to Fry, hands over to Cardwell. Comes off a screen, whips a pass back left side to Fry. Drives baseline, kicks outside Davis. 2 seconds to shoot. Jackson will do it. Bottom. Long three. Jaden Jackson, team high, game high, 17 points. 66-45. 8-0 run for UVU. Just under 11 minutes left. That was UVU's first make in their last 5 shots. Meanwhile, San Diego Christian hasn't scored in over 4.5 minutes, and now they finally do. As soon as we say that, driving shot inside from Klekus. 66-47, UVU. Marcel Davis starts to take it in, kicks it back outside. They'll work it over to Connor Fry. Stops, gives it Hamilton, gets it back. They'll whip it over to Cardwell, hands off to Davis. Marcel comes off a partial screen, kicks it out to wide open Connor Fry for 3. No good. Rebound Hamilton, back up and in. 68-47. Hamilton's got 12 points. If you're keeping track at home, career high for Darius Hamilton, 15. Driving in, Richardson bumps into Hamilton. Hamilton going to get called for that foul. For Darius, it'll be his first and team's third of this half. Clock stop, 9:59 to play. UVU leading 68-47. UVU is led by as many as 21, and that's what it is right now, 21. Free throw, no good from San Diego Christian. Yeah, UVU, you talked about this, Matt. They forced San Diego Christian into 4 turnovers in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Hamilton out, Fry out, Bastion back in, Alex Carr back in. I thought Bastion might get a breather for the rest of this game. He's playing with a messed up meniscus. Wolverines are going to need him big time when conference play starts, but instead he's back in there. Second free throw was good. 68-48, UVU leading by 20 now. Marcel Davis tracks down a loose ball. Wolverines almost turned it over. Instead, Davis will take a 3. Bottom.
They're going to review that one.
71-48. That's your prediction, or they already?
Yeah, they signaled it.
Okay. 9:30 to play. Driving off the glass. Shot. No good. Rebound. UVU. Bastion pulled that one down. Outlet to Marcel Davis. Right now it stands at 71-48. Corey Cardwell with it. Goes over to Davis. Now to Jaden Jackson. Turnaround jumper. Long 2 is good. Jackson's got 20, let's make it 19 points. Ties Davis. Team high honors. Inside, stripped away. UVU comes away with a turnover. Marcel Davis pushing it up court, gives over to Jaden Jackson. Hesitates, gives to Bastion inside. He traveled. Caught the ball, thought he was going to go up for the shot. Took a little hop, skip, and a jump before he did. Turnover UVU. Turnover number 11.
You know, part of the problem for San Diego Christian, as the Wolverines have really stretched this game out, is Daniel Nielsen has the same amount of points right now as he did at halftime. He's been a non-factor, you know, as has Shane Travers. He has 3 more points than what he did. So Wolverines did a nice job of changing up kind of how they played those guys, as you get a long 3 and miss there from Alex Carr. But the game has really changed, and, you know, good things to look at from UVU's perspective of how they played their D.
Long 3-pointer, no good from San Diego Christian. Klekus missing that one. 8:15 to play. UVU leading 73-48. Jumper for 3, left side, no good from UVU's Jaden Jackson. Rebound comes down to San Diego Christian. They've only hit one of their last 7, have the Hawks. Eden trying to drive in. A little reach-in foul is going to get called against UVU's Corey Cardwell, I think. It's going to be his second. Team's 4th against UVU this half. 8:03 to play. Davis, Jackson, Cardwell, Carr, and Bastion on the floor now for UVU. Eden will trigger. Finally does get it into Lambert, gets it back. Goes up with a long three, no good. Rebound comes way out front. Jaden Jackson tracks it down, goes over to Cardwell. He's on the drive, layup, good. Nice floor awareness from Jaden Jackson to see and find Corey Cardwell on the drive. Cardwell's got 5 points tonight. UVU leading 75-48. Here's a three outside, good from San Diego Christian's Lambert. 75-51. UVU with the lead and the basketball. 7:25 to play. Bastion went inside, had the ball batted away, but he was also fouled at the same time. Slapped to the side of the head by Michael Lambert. That will bring us to immediate timeout. We'll take it with him. 7:24 to play. Utah Valley out in front by 24 points at 75-51. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Utah Valley University basketball right here on ESPN 960.
As energetic or as aggressive as I think that I'm used to seeing him, that you're used to seeing him, and just a little bit flat. But you know their play has greatly improved here in the second half.
Bastion makes the first free throw as well as the second. His first 2 points of the night give UVU a 77-51 lead with 7:20 to play. San Diego Christian with the basketball. Mark Eden gives over to the left side. That's Nielsen, who had those 12 points in the first 12 and a half minutes. It's been scoreless ever since for San Diego Christian. UVU has clamped down well on him. Hanging jumper, right side off the glass, good. As soon as I say something.
Yep, it happens. It's a magical touch.
Thank you. 77-53, UVU still with the lead, 6:45 to play. Bastion with it, backing in against Lambert. Lost the handle, ball on the floor. Bastion tracks it down, saves it from going out of bounds. Gives over to Davis, left side to Skank. Now down low for the drive and the rejection. That was the new player on the team, Jaron Jones. Haven't talked about him since the pregame show. Here comes San Diego Christian back the other way. Mark Eden buries the three. 77-56. Jaron Jones, 6'6", true freshman from Riverton High School. You heard Chris Burgess in the pregame show, perhaps, talking about him. I got to the facility tonight. Players were out shooting already. There's a kid I haven't seen yet, dressed for UVU, warming up. I had to go ask him his name. Are you playing? Who are you? Due to all the injuries, UVU has been scouring campus for anybody who could play. They found him about a month ago. He's been working out with the team, doing a pretty good job, and Coach Mark Pope getting him into the game tonight. 6 minutes to play. 77-56. Kind of unusual for that to happen. Jumper outside, long two, good. 7-0 run for San Diego Christian right now.
Yeah, Wolverines better pay a little bit more attention on the defensive end. Quick run here, and they themselves have taken some long threes, haven't been able to make those.
Bastion inside, nice feed, scoring easily.
That was a nice roll and finish. Andrew did a really nice job of keeping the ball high.
And one back the other way. San Diego Christian's Michael Lambert fouled by Marcel Davis. 5:33 to play. They haven't gone away yet. It's 79-60. It's just a 19-point lead, and San Diego Christian will be at the free throw line. Bastion out, Goodman in. Coach Mark Pope feels like he's got this one in the bag, I think. Second free throw missed. Goodman with the rebound for UVU. Lead pass, Cardwell. Kicks it left side. Jones has it. Gives over to Skank. Back to Jones, wide open. He'll take a long two. Missed it. Rebound on the floor. Picked up. San Diego Christian coming back the other way. Eden gives over to Nielsen. Nielsen into the lane. Kicks it back outside. Here's a three-pointer. Travers missed it. Front rim. Long rebound comes off. And did UVU touch it last? They did. No, they did. I thought Cardwell did for a second. His reaction. So the officials are going to give it to UVU.
Coach Mendez said they got out of the way. He said they're very acrobatic then. Giving the officials a hard time.
Under 5 minutes to play. UVU leading by 19 points. Cardwell with a long three. Back rim too hard. Rebound Dayon Goodman of UVU. Dribbles a couple times. Backs in. Turnaround jump hook. Good. 81-60. Goodman's first 2 points tonight. Wolverines have seen a lot of players score tonight. 4:35 to play. They lead at 81-60. Here's a long jumper. Eden for three is good. 81-63. Utah Valley on top of San Diego Christian. San Diego Christian's hit 6 of their last 8 shots. Skank drives down the lane off the glass. Will not go. Rebound comes down to the Hawks of San Diego Christian. Nielsen will bring it up court. Stops. They'll work it over left side to Eden. He'll drive into the lane. Dish off of the last second to Lambert. Ball on the floor. Travel. San Diego Christian's 21st turnover. They came in here averaging just 11 turnovers a game, so UVU has forced them into 21 turnovers.
Yeah, that's been one of the bright spots, I think. Turning the Hawks over so often. And it's been a good thing and a needed thing because more opportunities for the Hawks would not have spelled well for the Wolverines. They've continued to fight.
Ivory Young tries to feed inside to Jones. Ball slapped away. Turnover on the run back the other way. Layup good from Travers. San Diego Christian.
We've got a 16-point game. Crazier things have happened here.
3:40 to play.
The Wolverines need to use some clock here. They need to take some time off of the clock.
Ivory Young gives over to Jones. Dishes off to Goodman. Goodman working, kicks it outside. 3-point attempt. Corey Cardwell, no good. Rebound, San Diego Christian. It appears to me they're trying to get Jones on the scoreboard. They're trying to work it to him to give him a shot. 3:18 left. San Diego Christian with the basketball. They trail Utah Valley 81-65. Travers with it. Gives over long jumper Nielsen for three. Got it.
13-point game.
8-0 run with 3:01 to play. UVU gives over to Jones, hands off to Ivory Young, comes off a screen. Now to Skank. Drive from Cardwell, left to right, lost the handle, turnover. Hawks coming back the other way. 2:42 to play. They'll work it inside. Hesitation from Lambert, back up and in. It's a 10-0 run from San Diego Christian. And it's just an 11-point lead for Utah Valley with 2.5 minutes to play. And you hear Coach Mark Pope perhaps saying, timeout, timeout, timeout. And he's getting some starters to get coming back in this game. That's not the way you want to see your team finish a game where you were up by as many as 27 points with 7:56 to play. Now it's just a 11-point lead.
Well, I think it's been a really bad use of management and managing the clock. Because how many threes have we seen with 20 seconds left on the shot clock in the last 4 or 5 minutes? And the Wolverines have to be aware that there is a time and there's a time and place for that. But when you have a team that's going on a 10-0 run, they need to not take so many threes and work that clock and work the ball inside where they have a size advantage or at least run clock off. As you said, it seemed as if they were trying to get Jones on the board. Well, that's the last thing they needed to be concerned about and concerned with. I mean, it's an 11-point game with 2.5 minutes here, and the Hawks have put together a fantastic run, but the Wolverines have allowed that to happen by not using time and score and keeping possession and using time off of the clock.
81-70 the score. Excuse me. Voice continues to change at my age. 2.5 minutes to play.
And they turn the ball over too.
Yeah.
It's not as if they've taken care of the basketball. You know, they've turned the ball over. They've taken long three-point jump shots. I mean, that's the recipe for allowing a team back into the ball game. And man, what a run the Hawks have put together here.
It's a 19-4 run over the last 4 minutes and 31 seconds.
And I don't know exactly what the shot, you know, I don't think the Wolverines, I don't know what their percentage shot-wise, but you know, the actual shots that they have taken have not been the type of shot you want with a lead.
All right, coming out of that timeout, it's now Davis, Jackson, Skank, Fry, and Cardwell on the floor. 3 starters for UVU out there with Davis, Jackson, and Fry. 2:25 to play. UVU with the basketball. Davis goes around Travers and is fouled by Travers. Stops the clock, 2:26 left. For Travers, it's going to be foul number 2.
I think we're going to get a media timeout here, and
our last one.
Wolverines will be at the free throw line.
2:26 to play. We'll take a break. Wolverines up by 11 here on ESPN 960. Well, just when you thought UVU was going to put this thing away, they were leading by 27 points with 7:56 to play. Let's round it up to 8 minutes. 8 minutes left. They were up by 27. Now you got 2.5 minutes left, and they're just up by an 11-point lead. San Diego Christian is not going away.
You know, and they fouled there. If you're Coach Mendez, that's the last thing you want to do right there, because they tried to trap as soon as Marcel brought the ball across half court. They tried the trap. They didn't get it set in time, and they get called for the foul, which you don't want to do, but Marcel misses the free throw. You know, they're going to look for a quick score. You're going to get the ball probably in Mark Eden's hands. And he's going to push the action, maybe look for a drive, maybe look for a kick, because the Hawks are going to need some threes down the stretch.
2:15 left. Hawks with the basketball, shooting to our right. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Ball slapped in the backcourt, tracked down by Travers. It'll still be their possession. Long three, right side, bottom from Mark Eden. Are you kidding me?
And here comes another trap. You're going to get another trap here from the Hawks likely.
13-0 run, under 2 minutes to play.
That's an offensive foul on Hayden Skank.
Hayden Skank drove in, dished it off. After he dished it off, he ran right over, I believe it was Travers. Skank being called for his 3rd foul, and All of a sudden, it's a UVU 9-point lead with 1:52 to play, and NAIA San Diego Christian with the basketball. They've come from 27 points down.
Wow.
To trail by just 9. Driving in, dishing off. Lambert had it momentarily, threw it cross court, tipped by UVU, out of bounds. Clock stop, 1:39 to play. A couple more of these threes. San Diego Christian's hit 5 of their last 6 shots. UVU just 2 of their last 8. 16 seconds on the shot clock. They get it in the corner. Long turnaround jumper. Air ball from Nielsen, and UVU cannot handle the rebound. Skank fighting for it. Goes out of bounds with it. So it'll be San Diego Christian basketball underneath their glass. Fresh 30 to work with, but the ball did not hit the rim.
Yeah, they reset the shot clock.
For no reason. So they're going to
have to go back and look and see how much time was on the clock at the dead ball and run a few seconds off.
Yeah, the new rule is that officials can review a shot clock violation at any time during the game. They don't have to wait till the next dead ball or anything like that. 1:35 to play, though. We know that.
Yeah, I'm hearing them say 12. They did just put 12 seconds back on the shot clock.
So San Diego Christian will have it with 12 seconds to play on the shot clock. 1:35 on the game clock. They're down by just 9 to UVU. Inbounds play comes into Nielsen. Gives it over. Here's a 3 from Eden. Missed that one. Back rim too hard. Marcel Davis pulls it down for UVU. Pretty exciting game all of a sudden. Cardwell gives to Connor Fry inside off the glass. Good. That stops a 13-0 run. The San Diego Christian was on. It's 84-73. Shot inside, no good. Whistle on the rebound.
It's a foul on Marcel. Going to be at the line, 1-1.
At the free throw line, Michael Lambert. UVU leading by 11 now. Free throw on its way, good. He'll have another one.
You know, make or miss here, I think you're going to see extended pressure, so let's see how the Wolverines handle the press. If he makes it, you might see 2-2-1 or the 1-2-2, some type of trapping.
84-75 after those free throws, back to a 9-point lead for UVU with 1:12 to play.
It's a man-to-man press here, probably going to turn into trapping at some point.
Skank has it in the backcourt. Brings it across timeline, but a reach-in foul by Mark Eden will stop the clock with 1:08 to play. For Eden, that's going to be foul number 4. Team foul number 11 of this half for San Diego Christian. It'll put Hayden Skank at the free throw line. He's a perfect 4 of 4 from the stripe tonight. Skank with 10 points overall. Free throw good. 85-75. Second free throw from the redshirt freshman, also good, but a whistle saying.
Who did they call? They got Connor Fry with a lane violation.
So the free throw will not count. It remains 85-75. It will be San Diego Christian with the basketball. Across the stripe, Mark Eden. 1:02 to play. Eden drives in, reverse shot blocked, or reverse layup rather. Shot was blocked by Skank. Ball goes out of bounds off Skank. 1:01 to play. Hawks basketball, they get it into Nielsen. Kicks it back outside, wide open 3 from Travers, missed it. Rebound, the Hawks, Nielsen's got it. Gives over to Eden. Now here's a 3 left side, Klekus. He missed that one. Rebound comes down to Connor Fry of UVU with 46 seconds left. He'll get it over to Skank. Skank started to drive, fouled by Daniel Nielsen to stop the clock with 43.2 seconds left. San Diego Christian missed their last 6 shots from the floor. A couple of those were threes, which would have made this game really interesting. Utah Valley right now with a 10-point lead. Hayden Skank at the free throw line.
They had some unbelievably clean looks as well. Multiple looks there from the Hawks, and still not out of the woods yet of the Wolverines as Hayden misses the first free throw.
San Diego Christian is 6 of 15 from long range here in the second half. Long range being 3-point range. Second free throw, Hayden Skank. This one is good. 86-75. 11-point lead with 42 seconds left. Eden across the stripe. He'll drive all the way to the hole. No, but the follow is good from Lambert. 86-77. 36 seconds left. Inbounds it comes, and UVU will be fouled by Daniel Nielsen. Corey Cardwell had it, so he'll shoot a couple. Double bonus for UVU. UVU leads 86-77, a game that they had all but put away with 8 minutes to play when they were up by 27 points.
I can't believe that, Jim. That was an incredible comeback from the Hawks. How they did it. Wolverines are going to hold on for the victory here, but what fight from
it wasn't
the Hawks tonight, coming back, as you said, down 27 with 8 minutes left.
Both free throws from Cardwell are good. 88-77, back to an 11-point lead with 30 seconds left. San Diego Christian. And by the way, have we mentioned San Diego Christian playing tonight without their two best players? Driving, laying it up, Nielsen, good. 20 seconds to play, no fouls. That might be how this one ends. 88-79 the score. Marcel Davis just dribbling near midcourt. Shot clock is off, and that will be how this one ends. Wolverines will escape with a 9-point win. 88-79 the final score. The good news is UVU gets the W. The bad news is that was kind of ugly. That was an ugly finish. UVU climbs to 6-9 overall. They go to 4-3 at home. San Diego Christian, well, this doesn't really count against their record. They're still going to be 7-5 because they're an NAIA school, and this being a Division I opponent, it doesn't count. Technically, they're still 7-5, but overall, they're really 7-11 and 6-10 on the road. But what a scrappy little team. I'm not sure I want to see these guys again.
Like you said, I mean, they're missing their two leading scorers, and it could have been a different story with them. But I don't think the Wolverines came into this game with the right mindset. I don't think they were prepared from the opening tip mentally for the type of game that this was going to be, and kind of, quite frankly, the attitude that they saw from the Hawks. So they're going to have to rebound quickly. They've got a game that they'll for sure be up for on Thursday night, but a lot of things that they've got to correct after tonight's game. They did some good things, obviously, defensively and offensively, but tough to see the Wolverines let the Hawks back in the game after that big lead, and definitely some things need to be talked about and looked at from the UVU perspective. But you take from it what you will, and you improve off of it.
Well, we'll talk about a lot of it in our postgame show. We'll take a break. UVU wins this one 88-79. Postgame coming your way next right here on ESPN 960.